Hey everybody on the internet, this is a response to PaulsEgo's newest video. Happy New Year, everybody. And this is going to be called, well, what it says in the title. PaulsEgo, Dangerously Cynical. And what I mean by dangerously cynical is, I mean, I don't know if this is actually how he's like, or if it's just how the, person he portrays and the things he says, but he's almost from that. This is all hypothetical, kind of. Not really hypothetical, but anyway. To the point of, I'm going to move in the woods, and I'm going to live there, and I'm going to just be completely withdrawn from humanity because I think humanity is irredeemable. I mean, the way I look at it is, I don't think America deserves a pat on the back, like The Amazing Atheist, or TJ, I guess. I've watched enough. Gave it. And I don't think it deserves a kick in the crotch, like PaulsEgo was giving it. You got one guy giving him a pat on the back, one guy kicking him in the stomach, and I'm like right in the middle. I'm sort of, I can see it from both sides. I can see how, yes, we have progressed, and yes, it's not good enough. I think to say that it's just not good enough completely, I mean, it's not good enough, but it is still a little bit good. I mean, we could still be having slavery. We could still be primitive. And to say that we don't have enough time, yeah, the problem I think you're having with the whole don't have enough time is you know you will be dead before the changes truly happen. You'll be dead. You'll be long gone. And it won't really affect you that much. Well, at all, because you'll be dead. But it'll affect your children. And I think that's a way you definitely have to look at it. The more we work on it to make it better for our kids, the more they will learn to work on it and make it better for their kids, and so on and so forth. Until eventually we will get to that point. Hopefully. Maybe. But I actually kind of want to make this video because of something that happened to me, which has to do with what Paul was talking about. And I went to my local dollar store, and the man there, there was a girl, young girl, 13, 14, something like that, 12, I don't know, probably 14, around there. Anyway, she was dressed rather boyishly. So, and she left the store, and the guy looked at me, and he was like, she was dressed like a boy. Anybody else notice that but me? And I was like, I noticed it. Shouldn't have said anything, I should have got my fucking mouth shut. But anyway, he was like, yeah, she's probably one of them. He didn't want to say lesbian. And yet, right after that, he started spouting. He was on a chat room, he met some girl, she asked him if he had any fetishes, so that made him go, oh, this must be a guy. Girls can't have fetishes, I suppose. And then he started talking, some other guy comes over, and he started talking about this story on Court TV where a guy was fooling around with a transsexual, found out it was a transsexual, went to the guy's house and beat him to death with a fire extinguisher, and got life in prison. And then he started spouting off fag about the transsexual, talking about the guy that got life in prison, and the way he said it was like, the guy got life in prison, man, like he didn't deserve it. And it made me wish I was a more confrontational person, because I should have said, man, who the fuck are you? Who the fuck do you think you are? Who the fuck do you think I am? How do you know I'm not gay? How do you know I'm not incredibly offended? And I wasn't. I was offended, but imagine if I had been more confrontational and just went off on him. Complained to the manager that he's talking like that while he's working. Of course, it's a hick town, so the manager probably would have felt the same way as him. But it really is indicative of the older generations that are alive right now need to die, because they are propagating a lot of hate. You know, all the old people who are racist and hate gay people and all of that, they just propagate this to the younger generation and make them feel the same way. And I'm not saying younger people aren't racist too, they are, but where do you think they get it? They get it from the older generation. And that's the main problem. So really, I just wanted to tell this story and attach it. He wanted some dissenting opinions too, so this is a dissenting opinion. I think you're wrong, and I think you're just way too cynical. Way too cynical. Oh, also, let me see how much time I got. Oh, that is... I've been talking fast. It's only 4 minutes. 5 minutes. I want to talk about the TSAs, the full body scans. I don't agree with them. I don't agree with the scans. I agree with you. But I also think that drive. Just drive if you don't want to deal with them, because you know you're not going to get them to stop unless everybody does. And the problem with that is individuals are usually relatively intelligent. I don't know. But people together as groups are very stupid. We all know this. You get a whole group together, it's a lot harder to convince them all than it is to go convince one. It just takes longer. But with that, I would say just drive if you really don't want to deal with them. Because making a YouTube video about them isn't going to do anything. But that leads me into another thing that has to do with this. It's all tied together. And it has to do with the fact that on September 11th, 2001, the terrorists defeated America. Yeah, the terrorists won on September 11th, 2001. They beat us. They succeeded in their goal. Terrorists want to terrify. We're terrified. Well, I'm not terrified, but as a whole, America is terrified. I mean, if you talk to a lot of individuals, they'd probably say, well, I'm not that scared. I mean, I'll sit between two Muslims and give them thigh massage and call them Habib, which is racist. But, you know, it's just, I don't need to explain that it's a joke. But yeah, definitely don't. Fuck, what was I on about? September 11th, yeah. All those people that gave their lives, didn't give their lives, they were their lives were taken. And yet, after that, they died in vain. Because we let the terrorists win. We're terrified. We're absolutely mortified of flying on a plane with a quote-unquote Muslim, even if they're just Middle Eastern, we assume Muslim. And they did it. They succeeded. They terrified us. Way to go, terrorists. You're good. You're really good at what you do. I mean, they pretty much know they don't even have to do any more attacks, because they did it. As soon as it happened, they were probably like, wow, wow. It only took one. I mean, it took two with Pentagon and that thing, but they were hit at the same time, so I count that as one event. But yeah, so the terrorists won on September 11th, which is unfortunate. TSAs are stupid. I mean, statistically stupid. And actually stupid. I don't know where I'm going anymore with this. But yeah, that's pretty much, I'm going to post this as a response to Paul, and it'll be a dissenting opinion. Okay, I'll sum this bullshit up in case you skip to the end just to see if I fucking do that. Don't pat America on the back. They don't deserve a pat on the back. Maybe a little pat, like, boop, a little pat like that, and they don't deserve a kick in the groin. Okay, maybe a little bit. Maybe a little bit. But, yeah, just don't be so cynical. I mean, you're really cynical. I don't know if you're unhappy, but you're very, very cynical. Peace.